Hey guys, we made it to day 8 in the 8 laws of health, and I'm so excited, and I pray that you have all been blessed by the information presented throughout these past 8 days. I know I have been blessed, and I've learned so much by giving you guys these videos, and I'm so excited. So to begin today's video, our last video, I wanted to read Counsels on Diets and Food, chapter 17, paragraph 452, where the 8 Laws of Health song that I sang for you guys in the first video came from. And it says, pure air, sunlight, abstemiousness, rest, exercise, proper diet, the use of water, trust in divine power. These are the true remedies. Every person should have a knowledge of nature's remedial agencies and how to apply them. It is essential both to understand the principles involved in the treatment of the sick and to have a practical training that will enable one rightly to use this knowledge. The use of natural remedies requires an amount of care and effort that many are not willing to give. Nature's process of healing and upbuilding is gradual, and to the impatient it seems slow. The surrender of hurtful indulgences requires sacrifice, but in the end it will be found that nature untrammeled does her work wisely and well. Those who persevere in obedience to her laws will reap the reward in health of body and health of mind. So that is where that comes from. And then I pray that as we end this set of videos that we are able to try our best to follow the 8 laws of health. I know I'm going to try even harder to do these. So, trust in divine power. I wanted to read Daniel 1:8 because Daniel not only kept the 8 laws of health, but he also put his trust completely in God, and he was a youth, and that's exactly what we stand for here. Slowly but surely Youth Ministries, youth with a unique mission. So here we go. Daniel 1:8, and it says, but Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Okay, so this is really big. For those of you who don't know this story, Daniel and his friends have been captured, and they have been put in the court to serve as eunuchs, but they did not want to eat the king's meat because he offered those things to idols, and they knew what wine could do to their brains, and they were just like, no, I don't want to do this. Eventually, the prince of the eunuchs allows them to do this, even though he's like freaked out because he does not know if they're going to survive, and he does not want to die. He didn't want Nebuchadnezzar to kill them. Long story short, they became the strongest ones out of all the guys, and by them putting their trust in God, he brought them through. Now, let's get to a couple facts about trust in divine power. There's studies out there that talk about trusting in God and the brain and your health. And what they have come up with is spiritual practices equals good for the brain. Well, there you go. It helps to strengthen important circuits in the brain, and it also brings down depression, anxiety, and stress. And they also did another part of the study where when people who didn't have any religious background and they didn't go to church and they had nothing to do with church, they had 2 times more risk of death. And those people who did go to church at least once a week and were involved in prayer meeting and Bible study groups, they had 0 chance of dying because they put their trust in God and they believed that he would get them through whatever trial they were going through. And when you have trust in God, that adds 7 years to your life expectancy rate. So that's a 7-year difference for those who don't trust in God and those who do trust in God. This isn't coming from me, this is coming from a study. So you know how Job went through so much, and he lost his children, he lost his cattle, but he put his trust in God, even though he as well was sick and he was frail and he had all these boils, and his wife was saying, why don't you just give up, and his friends were also playing devil's advocate. But when you put your trust in God and you fully surrender to him, so many things can happen. Like I talked about in one of my videos about GYC. I had a horrible toothache, and I was praying about it, and my parents were like, go to the prayer room. And I didn't want to, but I went, and after the prayer room, I had this crazy experience, and after that, my tooth hasn't hurt at all since. I got a root canal, I got it pulled out as well, but before that, I had no pain, because I put my trust in God that He would carry it through. I have so many stories that I could share with you guys about me putting my trust in Him and allowing Him to move in my life, to go, to lead me where He wants me to be. Like right now in my first video, I was talking to you guys about my mission trip that I'm going to be going on to Kenya. I'm not going on that mission trip anymore because of some complications, but I put my trust in God, and another mission trip came up with someone that we know and that we can trust, and so I'll be going on that mission trip. I'll be going to Ecuador, which is also super exciting. It's not Africa, but I will still be able to go and do God's work, and that is what is most important. So putting your trust in God is the most important law of health. You can do all 7, you can do all the rest of the 8 laws of health and not trust in God, and those things will be of no benefit to you. If you trust in God and you do all of those other things, everything will fall into place. Your health, your life, your spiritual walk, everything will fall into place. So that was Trust in Divine Power. I pray that you guys have learned something from these messages, from these presentations, and if you want to share these with people, feel free to share them, and just keep me in your prayers, and I will be keeping you in my prayers as well. And if you have any questions or you have any suggestions for new videos, please put them in the comment section below, and I will be putting the Bible verse that we read today and also the counsels on diets and food in the description box below, along with our Instagram page and email if you guys have any questions, if you just want to follow us on social media. Have a blessed day, you guys. Bye.